Welcome to the podcast. So you already know what it's about. So Jordan told me that he met his girlfriend in real life, and I know I don't know what you want to talk about, Colum, but I'm sure you're like a charmer. I'm sure you have stories of meeting people in real life.
Oh yeah, I'm a charmer. They call me, yeah.
You gotta be a charmer with that face, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. Find me in a nice dark pub at 3 a.m. I'll charm the pants off any woman. That's there you're on my home court. That's home court advantage right there.
when they're too hammered to know better. No, you're lovely.
Exactly.
Colum's lovely, Jordan.
Are you kidding me?
I'm lovely. I was just making a joke.
No. I'm lovely, and Jordan's mean. Jordan is a mean boy with a big hog.
God.
That's the problem with these Americans. They grow up with weird confidence, and they all have gaming chairs in their 40s. It's weird.
Okay.
What do you think about that? I've noticed there's a weird trend of people posting like their gaming chairs, and I was like, "You're a 45-year-old man."
Yeah, I would find that a little unattractive. I didn't even know there was gaming chairs. I didn't realize.
They look like race cars.
Yeah.
Fuck it. They look like race cars. It's like having a race car bed. It's like they have weird like wings and stuff. It's like having a Game of Thrones.
It's like
chair.
leather and red. It goes like all the way around you. Yeah. It's got like a cup holder here for your big gulp as you get diabetes. Because the last thing you want to do is drink water.
My 7-Eleven big gulp, but it's like it's a wild one. You'd never get away with that in Ireland. So your mouse lights up, does it? Get out of here.
Yeah, you'd be so
Get out and
embarrassed.
find a job, you bum.
Yeah. No.
Well, you can't really have a girlfriend and be into video games, in my experience, just because video games are so time intensive and so are women. It's one or the other, dude.
Yeah. But games should make sense. That's the problem. There should be a bit of logic in a game. You'll never complete a woman.
You'll never what? What did you say?
I said there's a difference between gaming and women.
Oh, fuck. I just realised. I need to have earphones
you.
in. So, sorry, lads. Because I'm just going to pick
No,
up
all
the
good. It doesn't affect the quality of the audio either. It'll because we're all recording locally, so it'll only affect our experience of the podcast.
Look at that.
What is
Look at that. Fresh scones. My girl cooked me Scottish scones.
Oh, she's very sweet.
Oh, she's so nice.
Fresh
Your
jam.
girlfriend's best. Are you allowed to talk about her on the podcast? Because you met in real life, didn't you?
Me?
Yeah.
Me and my bitch? Yeah, I can talk about my whore. Yeah.
You met her in real life. She's so nice. I love her. You're
She's
spoiled
in the
rotten.
room. Get out. I was joking. I was being facetious.
I hope she hits you in the face.
I thought she snuck it. I didn't. She was hiding in the corner of the room watching me call her a bitch. I'm not gonna pay for that. No more scones for Collie. You really landed me in that one, Katie. You fucking set it up for me.
Oh man,
That was
how
like a
did
beer
she
trap.
set you up? She said your girlfriend's really sweet, and you immediately go, "Nah, she's a bitch." That was all on you, bro.
You knew she was standing in the corner of the room like a vampire.
You think they're colluding?
Mm-hmm.
How did you meet
Yeah,
her?
Collie.
Me and my girl,
Yeah.
we met at a Mets game.
Oh, wow. See, this is a great story. How did you...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I caught a fly ball, and then I turned around, and I saw the prettiest girl I could see.
This is such a lie.
You're such a fucking liar.
No. Listen, I turned
you're
around.
So full of shit.
Oh my God, I hate you. I hate you.
Immediately.
I jumped up. A natural athlete reactions. I wasn't even watching. I was almost like Spider-Man. I go, whoa! And I saw the most beautiful woman I could see, and I said, "Here, listen, take this baseball." And she didn't want it, so then I gave it to my girl. And that's pretty much.
You are such
That's
a
pretty
fucking
much it.
arsehole. Seriously, how did you meet her?
We were at a Mets game, and we all met at the pub afterwards. There's a pub in City Field called McCarthy's or something like that. And I was with my mates, she was with her mates, and then we all just were standing beside each other at the pub. And next thing you know, we were dancing and smooching, and we went down around Queens, and we did a bit of a pub crawl.
Wow.
Then we did the all unholy there and that
First,
night, you know.
wait, on the first night you met?
First 20 minutes, I dropped the paw.
Oh my God.
First 20 minutes, I dropped the paw. I got a slap away, but she knew what was going on. You gotta let them know out the gate. Isn't that right, Katie?
Sure.
Women love assertiveness.
No, sorry, I just didn't understand what you were saying. They definitely prefer consent, but have to say.
I said, whoa, we're not saying we love consent. I love consent, dude. Consent is one of my favorite things. Hobbies, top 5 things. Consent is number 4, just below not asking for consent.
You're the worst people to have on a nice.
I haven't done
nice
anything.
Dating. I know. I don't know why I asked Colum. I thought this would be fun. The 2 boys, they have their pot, and then
I'm making a joke.
I said beforehand. I said Colum will not give you any real answers about dating. FYI. I told you that beforehand because Colum likes to be cagey about his personal life. He doesn't want anyone to know anything about who he really is.
I'm like Enya.
You might not even be Irish, dude.
I'm like Enya, and I'm like.
You're still wearing that shirt.
I put it on. I take it. I take it off every night.
Colum's been wearing this shirt for 4 days.
Aaron Rodgers, let's go Packers! Come on, this is our year, 2021.
We had Katie was on the Big Dogs podcast, the live one that we streamed yesterday, and Collie wore that jersey, and I think this is day 5 on that.
Yeah, but I'm not sleeping in it, and that's when you sweat the most.
We know you're not working out. Period.
Yeah. I'm not wearing it to the gym.
Okay, so wait, so you did sleep together on the first night? That was serious.
Yeah, we did
and
sleep together.
And you're together,
the first night,
2 years later, so that's cool because some people
3 years. Yeah.
That's wild, dude. I feel like nobody ever sleeps together in the first night and it works out.
Agreed. And I would not suggest do as I say, not as I do. But if you are a woman out there and you want to find love, you gotta just make them wait. Unfortunately,
you really do. You really do.
It's just the
really
rules, man.
You should be able to. We should live in a world where it's possible for you to sleep together in the first date. But
there's something hardwired.
It's just never worked. I know it's working out for you, but it just never has worked for me that way.
There's something about the chase and the build up of it that those early feelings that I created tend to be stayed on. But if you never have that the excitement and the anticipation. Now, having said that, I'm clearly evidence against what I just said, but in theory, don't do what I did. Don't just get blackout drunk and wake up with someone and go, wait, what is your name again? And then the two of us was like, you want to start dating? Because it doesn't count. Our first night, we were so fucking wasted drunk that it doesn't really even count.
When was the next time you had sex? Did you just wait a while then before the next time? Or
first thing in the morning, you know what I mean? Boom. I'm like a rooster, straight up, 6 a.m. Let her know. Let her know it's showtime. Ready to fucking start the farm, baby.
In the description of this episode, I'm just going to write, I'm sorry.
What? Have you done anything?
I just feel like it's sweeter people listening to this one.
Don't bring Jordan in here again. Jordan's ruining the vibe. That's what that is.
I'm ruining the vibe. Yeah, my bad, man. No, you're right. You're right.
You're both great. No, I'm only joking. You're both great. I like, but it's a good point to make because I generally would wait before, but just because. As a woman, if I have sex with them straight away, I don't have something to look forward. It's not about me holding off the guy. It's just I like kissing, and then the next time doing a little hand, wait, have something to look forward to. I don't want to.
Wait, you just hold out so you can look forward to something?
Yeah, it's exciting.
Katie.
I want to get to know them, feel comfortable, and then it's you kiss, and then it's you're thinking, next time, what might happen. I don't want to just do it all on the first night. That's boring.
I get it.
Yeah,
Jordan,
but look forward to it. I mean, we could.
It's like a cheat meal. Jordan, it's like your cheat meal. You want to have fried chicken on a Wednesday, but no.
Yeah, you wait till Friday.
Oh,
you gotta wait. You gotta save your cheat meal till Friday, and it's worth it.
Good. I needed a metaphor I could understand. I couldn't wrap my head around what she was saying before, but thank you for that.
Yeah,
it's because you're American. But you were gonna say what if the sex was bad? Yeah, then it's really disappointing. But usually, if for me, it doesn't. I just do my thing, so it's usually going to be good.
I guess you just do what is that? You just finger blasting in the corner?
No, just touch myself while I'm having sex. So, once they last long
Katie's getting hers no matter what. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Got it. Me too.
But yeah, it is
Not me.
disappointing if you wait and it's like you don't end up having the sexual chemistry. So that's the other thing.
Yeah, because then you just burnt 3, 4, 5 dates, and you're like, God damn it! Now
Yeah.
I thought he was a cool person, or she was cool, but now I just wasted all those fucking dates on bad sex. Yeah, but then more than likely though it'll be good because you'll know each other better. Chances are.
You have that spiritual feeling, and that's what I think. That's the real truth about good sex. Is about an emotional connection. You're right, Jordan. But what about this? What if you just start off straight away, you do the nasty, and it's bad, but then you go, listen, as is the cruel fate in this world, sex just goes bad with your partner no matter what. So let's just get that out of the way, and then we only have an emotional bond. So
It's kind of romantic of you.
So like when we're 6 years into marriage, we don't be like have this like thing of like we don't have sex anymore. Our relationship was like we never had sex. So
Colum, that's just a friendship. That's just like you having a friend. That's not. I know that you're like doing a bit, but this is.
I'm not really doing a bit. I'm not genuinely playing with an idea here.
Really? But that's just a friend.
Is
That's
that
just like me and you. We're friends. We don't have sex.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. I guess that's one way of putting it.
What do you mean by friend? Start.
Well, if you're friends, you don't have a sexual chemistry and you get on well and you have like a emotional chemistry, right?
The reason I'm doing this podcast with Colum is I've been waiting for us to have sex. I thought eventually it was coming.
I don't want it to get in the way of the podcast. That's the problem.
So if I quit the podcast, you'll blow me?
No. No. And I need to talk to my lawyer. I need to run these. I feel like I'm losing out somehow.
Okay.
I'm not on a sign.
Jordan, how did you meet your girlfriend?
I met my girlfriend at the gym. We both we did CrossFit.
Jordan.
Yeah, this is the most Jordan answer ever, right?
For a second, I was like, is he joking?
By the way,
Jordan walked straight up to her and just told her she was doing some workout wrong.
If
Just straight
only,
away,
dude.
Jordan just walks straight up and goes, "Yo, you need help with that? That's not how you do that."
By the way, I really, really regret doing this podcast with Colum. I feel like this will whatever answers I give will only be used against me later.
Yeah, this was a bad Colum.
Dude, I know all this. Dude, we're like best friends. I know all this shit about you. What are you talking about? We got someone in the background.
Yeah, it's my sister. She's walking around in the background. I mean, yeah, but you're fine, Al. Just make your life. I'm at my sister's place right now, and she's gonna make herself a sandwich.
She's
nice.
put on a face mask.
Okay, so I met my girlfriend at the gym, and I remember, and then we just became like I had a crush on her, but we became friends. We were just friends for like 3 or 4 months, and then finally, I asked her out, and she went on a date with me then. But only after we were good friends. And then it took a while, and then we weren't even boyfriend, girlfriend for like another 2 or 3 months.
That's nice, though. I like those stories. Where sometimes people are too intense and it goes too fast. That's great.
Yeah. But also it's like awful. You're like, what the? Like we'd gone on like 12 dates and we're not even like officially together. You're like, what is the point of this? Like what?
Because
are we dating or not?
And so that was her call. She wanted to wait.
Yeah. She wanted to wait.
And so did you?
Like,
you waited as well to have sex.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, way too long, really.
But it's like she waited. Jordan didn't wait. What are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you complaining then about the exclusivity? You had time before you had to like commit.
Yeah.
Is that
more or less? Yeah.
Was that not good for you or?
I mean, it's not. It's like it can be like it's like frustrating. It's like insane. You're like, this is crazy.
You got to remember, but Jordan wanted to be in a relationship with this woman.
Yeah.
He wasn't like a guy fearing commitment. Jordan was trying to get her.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
So
I was
how many times did you ask her? What would she say?
Probably like 3 times. She would just give me really non-answer answers. That's all she would give. She'd just be like, "Oh, I just don't want a boyfriend right now." And I'm like, "Well, we're like hanging out like 3 or 4 nights a week." and then we're meeting each other at the gym, like literally deliberately meeting each other there, like 5 days a week. So it's like you're like, what is this if not dating?
Was she younger?
No, she's my age.
Oh, it's interesting to hear, like, because usually it's guys. You hear girls being like, "Oh, the guy didn't want to commit." So it's interesting to hear the reverse.
Yeah. Well, I think it also is because she's older is partially why. Is because she has an understanding of like what a relationship actually is. I think when you're like 24, she's like, I don't want to commit because I just don't want to have to. I don't want to have to actually deal with being in a relationship if I can avoid it. Is I think her thought process.
Yeah. How long have you've been together? 2 years now, right?
Yeah. I've been together a while. Colin, how long you been with your girl?
I honestly don't know. 3 years.
You don't know.
I really don't know. No, I'm not really good. I don't really care about it. It just, it feels right. That's all. But I don't know. 3 years or something like that.
Sounds good. Yeah, I've been with my girlfriend for almost 2 years.
Do you want me to go into my phone? I don't know how to find this out.
That's nice.
You can ask her.
That's nice that you got. Well, firstly, Colum, because you met at a bar. That's kind of like lots of people do meet outside of online dating. But you guys meeting in the gym. That's mad. I've never. Did you come on to her or what were you like? Yeah, tell us about the fucking gym part.
Okay, so I remember like the first time she walked into, it was a CrossFit gym. The first time she walked in, I was like, oh man, that girl's pretty hot. But I'm like such a pussy. I'm like, I'm probably just not going to talk to her. Because that's how I always operate. I'm just like, ugh. I'm just be like, man, I would love to go on a date with that girl, but I'm like, I'm too much of a pussy to do it. And then she's actually probably a better athlete than I am. So then she like smoked me in whatever we were doing, and I was like, what the hell? Because women are, as Katie knows, tend to be physically weak.
Oh shit!
I'm weak. There's some women who are not. I've seen them. Those some of my friends are like those. What are they called? With the lifting.
Bodybuilders, weightlifters, powerlifters.
Yeah, they could probably take you, but I couldn't. I'm weak.
You what?
I couldn't take you. I'm weak, but some of those bodies. Yeah.
Anyway, so then, whatever. Like then the next day or a couple days later, I just went to work out, and she was there. She was like, "Hey, do you wanna work out with me?" And I was like, "Yeah, that sounds great." And then we just started talking and had fun. And then she actually is a CrossFit coach. So then I was like, "All right, I would love to." After I was like, "Hey, I'd work out with you anytime if you wanted," because partially because I was like, "Oh, she's hot. Maybe I'll be able to go out with her." And then second, I was like, "Well, at the very least, she's like a professional trainer, so I'll just get like free training."
Nice.
And then we just started meeting to work out from there, and then eventually, like we hit her up on she followed me on Instagram and then messaged me something, and in my head I was like, oh, she's flirting with me, but I found out later she was just trying to be friendly, and then I after like
she just said like. She's like a real like
I saw
boring,
total...
and you're like, oh, she wants it big. She was just like, hey, good workout today, and you're like, oh,
I'm in, dude. I'm in. She complimented. She acknowledged me exactly. Yeah,
sliding in those DMs. She said, my condolences on your loss. It was a real like. Mundane. I'm so sorry about your loss. When did you
find out she was just trying to be friends? Did she tell you that later on?
Oh, so then she would maintain that we were just friends all the time.
She was like, "Hey, pal, what's up,
dude?" Well, she basically had a. It's all very complicated, but she was like, "I like you, but then I don't want to be. I have a feeling I'd date you if we ended up like pursuing it, and I don't want to date anybody right now." And I was like, well, that's stupid because you should just date people if you think you have chemistry with them. And then she was like, yeah, but I don't care.
Yeah, I remember Jordan was so frustrated around that time. Every time I'd see him, he'd be like putting his phone down, just fucking like, she won't just admit that she likes me. We obviously like each other. What is this?
I fully
just all the time going, we're going on dates. We're dating. She won't say we're dating.
That's exactly it.
I love this. It's like the ultimate chase. She literally did like what Colum said earlier about liking the chase.
Yeah, Oh yeah, no, exactly. But we were really good friends. That's why I kept. We weren't really good friends, I didn't feel like we actually had chemistry. I would have just been like, all right, cool, I'm out.
Yeah, and she's hot as well, right?
She's pretty.
I'm glad that you said you loved her personality, but also I'm just presuming if she's CrossFit, she's probably. And you said,
she's very pretty. I don't know. It feels weird to be like, dude, my girlfriend's so fucking hot. Like every guy who says that shit
you
is
should
such
think
a
your
douche.
girlfriend's hot.
No, you should, but you shouldn't.
Yeah,
Say
you
it.
should mention personality first. You're right.
Just be like, yeah, oh my god, my girl's body. Oof, oof,
She's
dude,
got the
dude,
nicest cans,
dude. Smoking hot, dude. Hi-oh! The things boys dream of. Oh hell yeah, get those abs out.
So what about you, Colum? So when was your second date? When did you guys end up dating? Did you just like hook up for a while or what?
This is what I'm talking about. No answers.
It was no, I'm trying to kind of remember.
So
yeah, we date.
Wait, what if Colin was like, so second date we were at the Yankees game
and I caught the ball.
Actually, the third date was the Rangers game. Yeah, I'm not joking. Yeah. Dude, I fucking love my city, New York City. I love my teams. Do not.
And is Jess into sport, or was she just going along with it at the time?
No, she was just going looking for boys. She was on the hunt for boys.
Yeah.
She was manhunting. And for any ladies out there, especially if you're in New York, you want to get yourself a guy. It's hockey. Hockey is the place where they go. I don't know why. If you ever go to a hockey game, it's all just chicks, and they kind of, I think they feel like they look sexy because they get to wear like a big dumb hat, and like a hoodie. So like they're kind of, and they just get their hair looking nice. I don't know why. It's a real dating scene. The
Really?
hockey.
I never
They're
knew
called
that.
hockey whores or something. They're hockey somethings. Something like that. I'm not joking. It's like a big thing. And because hockey's
Dude, they
so
do
expensive.
that with every sport. They've got like soccer
No.
sluts.
Because the soccer's different. But the hockey, because the hockey guys, fans, they're the most expensive tickets. So they're, your guys are.
Okay, that's so interesting. So if you're like, okay,
and
I want a
hockey is
guy
a
with
high-
money, but I need
Hockey, they're not playing hockey in the fucking in poor neighborhoods.
No,
you
it's you get rink time is like $1,000.
Oh, it's nuts! It's nuts. Anyone I know who played.
Are they going for? Sorry, I'm being a bit dumb. Are they going to get the hockey guy fans or the hockey players?
The fans, but you would assume a
They
fan
grew up.
around the sport, or some sort of knowledge of the sport. And
But
I
if
don't know
the
what
guys-
it is. I think
If the guys are just there with their guy friends, are they gonna?
sure, one in 10 of them are poor immigrants like me, but the majority of them are like Jordan. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, that's the risk.
If
It's the Russian roulette of hockey.
I would
They're called
never-
My
puck
family
sluts.
owned the rink, Collie. My family owned the rink. All right, it's a great investment.
No, this
I remember
is,
what's
this
called
is good
the-
advice, because I would never think of going to a sports game to pick up a guy because I'd be like, oh, he's with his guy friends. He probably won't really want to like, it's like
Oh no,
a
he'll
last night
ditch his
out.
friends for you, Katie.
Oh.
Katie, he'll ditch his
Aw.
friends in a heartbeat for you.
Great.
all day,
All
day.
I will stab Colum
I will
for a phone number. Okay?
I will fucking rip his jersey off him and give it to you and say, yeah, well, you look cold. And then let
So
Jordan
it's not,
die
it's
of
not bros before
hypothermia.
Hoes, it's hoes before
Never,
bros.
never, never.
What a terrible
No,
thing.
no, it's hoes before bros if you don't know the hoe. That's the full expression, but it doesn't. It
If,
often
you,
gets
oh,
shortened.
With
if
your
it's your
girlfriend.
girlfriend, you're like, fuck off, bitch.
It's
I'm with the
never.
boys.
That's not okay. It is not okay to put your girlfriend ahead of the boys.
Yeah, correct. If it's a
These are-
rando, I understand. If
All
Colin has to
day,
step
get-
over
you
my
got-
dead corpse, I get it. But
You
if it's
gotta
for his
chase-
girlfriend, I'm like, that's fucked up, dude.
You got to chase the strange. You got to
If
chase
it's
the
for someone
strange.
you love, it's like, fuck you,
Yep.
dude.
Ugh.
And if it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
No,
Just-
not acceptable. Bro code.
I love that.
Everybody
That's great.
knows this. This is basic.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. People don't know the whole expression is bros before hoes unless you don't know the hoe, bro. That's a full expression.
Is it really, or did you just make that up?
No, it is.
Oh, right.
It's from Van Halen or something.
I don't know who Van Halen
The band.
is.
The band Van Halen.
Van
It's a
Halen.
lyric.
Wait, so you went on a couple of dates. Well, how long before you two were exclusive? Wasn't obviously as long
Fast. It was fast.
as
But my girl's like an anaconda wrapping herself around a fucking victim. Just
And Collie
tighter and
lays
tighter.
pipe. Collie
Every-
lays pipe, so she can't let that get away.
I was dude, your boy knows what he's doing for a minute and a half.
For a minute.
He's like a roller coaster.
I'm not telling. I'm just telling you. One great minute with me is better than like 5 good minutes with most other guys. I'm just
Hell
that's
yeah.
just what it is, dude. With this accent in the ear, go on, you little fucking slut.
That's why he's dating an American.
That's
Oh,
me
you're
just
so
whis-
romantic, dude.
just whispering. Oh yeah, I love that grip. I love that grip.
Wait,
That's
so
not-
so was she the one asked? So she asked you to be exclusive. She was the one pushing it.
I said it, but it was all just like, it was fast though. I would always like everything that I would say, the way Jordan did it, it was like how I would agree. I'm like, you do not want to get in a relationship with someone you only know 6 months. So I'm like, no way.
Yeah.
And within 6 months, it's nuts. And then we were like 2 months in, and we were dating, and it was just going well.
I think 2
but
months is normal for a lot of people. That's
Yeah, I think
actually-
2 months is pretty reasonable. That's
Yeah.
not wild.
I thought you
Yeah,
were
I
going
would
to say
say
like
3.
2 or 3 dates.
I mean, 2 or 3
Like,
dates,
no.
you don't want to be exclusive at that point. You
Yeah,
barely
that's
know
what I
this
thought he was
person.
going to say
Think
when
of
he
it.
was like saying. it
No,
was
not
so quick.
dates. You got to do a lot of hanging. You got to be doing a lot of hanging, and then you got to be doing like a sort of a. I'm not seeing anyone else. If you're not seeing anyone else, but
Yeah,
we're still
yeah,
not
yeah.
like official. All these steps, but we didn't really do any of that. We just jumped straight in. And
When was she still on the apps though? When you guys jumped straight in, you think?
I didn't see her on there. So that's the best I can tell you.
My girlfriend
do.
is kind of a technology idiot,
Yeah.
and someone like we had been dating for over a year, and
Mm.
her profile was still floating on Bumble.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, mine's still
Or
floating
so-
on there from 5 years ago. I don't know how to delete because I just deleted the app, and then someone was like, "Oh, I saw you on Bumble," and I was like,
No,
"Oh, that must have been a
you
different."
gotta.
I had a friend send me it, being like, "Hey, just so you know, dude, just so you know,
She's
just so you
fishing.
know, just
She's
thought I'd throw
fishing.
this out as your bro. I just
Oh
gotta
my
let you know." And we did match. No, he just like took a picture and sent me it, and it's and I was like, "Yeah, I think she just doesn't know what she's doing."
Yeah,
that
no,
was
that's it
correct.
completely. I'm on Tinder, but again, I just don't know how to delete the. I just had Tinder from like last year. I don't know how to delete my profile, but I'm in the air.
I've gotten
Yeah.
that before. I've gotten that. People's like, "Oh yeah, I saw you on Tinder." I was like, "I don't even have it." Like, so you got to go in and delete it and all that.
I
stuff.
also
like a
think
pain
they
in the
keep
arse.
profiles. I think they keep profiles because they want to have new people all the time. And that's the excitement. There's just no way that they could just keep having infinite new people for you to swipe through. Like if you're in a certain city, you got to have, with the amount of addiction one builds up to Bumble or Tinder, any of those apps, you've got to just be seeing the same people. Like it's just literally that. So you could swipe through the whole city worth of people.
Yeah, I matched with someone twice on Hinge, and like it was weird because he didn't bring up that we matched twice, and I don't know how it's possible, but I guess anyway we matched twice, and he like it was the same person. He was from the UK, from Brighton, same job, same face.
Yeah.
but I was like, I don't want to
Yeah.
be like, yeah, we've matched before like a few months ago, but I guess.
But we never went out, or you just didn't respond to my messages.
I
You
didn't
just feel
text
like a
him.
real
No, because
loser?
he sent me his number and I didn't text back to his number because I don't like when they send me their number because then it's like, oh, they can text me all the time. Whereas on Hinge, I could be like, sorry, don't have notifications. I could just text back like a week later.
Yeah.
So I just ignored him and I thought he had unmatched me. But then a few months later, he came through again. And I was like, oh, this is kind of funny. So he like liked me. So I like liked him back. And I thought he'd be like, oh, we matched again. But I just think he just thinks I'm a different person.
Yeah.
Like another white woman.
Yeah, using those, I mean, I had deleted those apps by the time, like when I met my girlfriend. I was just like I just was like, this is such a time waste, and I am not building any real connection with anybody on it. Because they're just, I think that they prevent you from having any sort of like commitment.
Yeah.
And you can
Yeah.
have and it's just like you end up having a good amount of matches, and then you have just people messaging you constantly, and your phone is buzzing all the time, and you're like, what the fuck am I doing with this?
It's awful because
It's
as
just
well,
a
it's just
time
like,
fuck.
you completely agree, and you're like, ugh, I don't really want to know about your college degree when I don't know you.
I know. Yeah, the questions get super repetitive. They're almost, you should just have like almost a form email when you went, all right, here's the 10 questions that you and I are going to text back and forth. I've already written my answers. You can read through them. Assume I'd be clever. And we can, if you want to go get dinner Wednesday, I'm in.
That's great. I love that.
Yeah.
Just a questionnaire. Like what you do for a roast battle, you know, the questions they send you, like, what's your most embarrassing story? What's your deepest fear?
Yeah, it's like the fighter's stats when two people are about to fight, and they have them fucking show off, and you're like, weighing 180 pounds, a record of 4 boyfriends, 1 fiance.
Yeah, I love that. That's so funny. You should do that sketch.
His picture, he's 165. In reality, weighing in at 220.
Her weakness is a fear of butt stuff.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm glad. So you
Yeah,
were you were actively looking for. I don't think you weren't actively looking for a relationship, Colum, were you? You were just like,
I was
No,
not
no,
actually,
no.
but yeah.
oh, you weren't either. Okay.
I was just done. I was just like, I'm gonna. I don't know. I just didn't. Yeah, I wasn't caring about trying to meet anybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, Colin, what about you?
Not really. I was just sort of I wasn't trying not to think about it. You know, if it happened, it happened. If it didn't, it didn't. And just sort of trying to enjoy myself. You know what I mean? I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy on my own a lot of the time. You know what I mean? But I'm glad we just happened to bump into each other, and then it worked out. You know, one of the best things that's ever happened to me. So shout out to my love of my life. Shout out to the love of my life.
Do you wanna cut that part out of the podcast? Katie, could you edit this podcast and not have that sincere moment?
No, that's gonna open the podcast.
Yo, Collie, dude, you're gonna get
Shout
laid
out to my
so
bitch.
much from that quote,
Dude, shout out to my bitch. Love my life. Shout out to my bitch.
She is such a good girlfriend, though. Making that.
She's great.
So for the listeners, she got all of Colum's friends to send in videos to say happy birthday for him during the pandemic, which is really sweet. What do you? What?
I do miss Tinder sometimes. Yeah.
You do miss what?
I do miss Tinder sometimes, though. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But like, get back to that. We just but Tinder used to just kill time when you're having a shy. Just like, you know, match a few people, talk to someone. I never really loved it though.
Yeah, but now
Not over
TikTok
here
does that. TikTok kills time while you're pooping.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, but it doesn't give you a confidence boost.
Okay.
You know, boost your self-esteem, match with someone. You go, yeah, see, they think.
Yeah, but the problem with Tinder is that all the girls are over 18. If you're on TikTok, you kind of hit that sweet spot. You know
dude, that's a review I've written before, back in the day. I wrote on Tinder review.
What did you write?
The problem with Tinder, all the girls are over 18.
I can't hear. What did you write?
You don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it. This is for the listeners. Jordan. But I never enjoyed it. I enjoyed it when they all first came out. When they like kind of first came out and they were like popping back in, must have been 2010, was it? 2011?
Yeah, it was like around then, yeah.
Yeah, 2012-ish, like back in the day, they were great. They were just like such a new, fun thing. And then after a while, it's just sort of relentless. You start to learn to just go, especially for me, I'm better off just going out, face-to-face, hand-to-hand combat. Get out there, get in the field.
Wait till 3 a.m.
Wait till 3 a.m.
Is that
waiting in the weeds?
On a serious though, no.
By
Is
yourself.
that your approach? You just go to a bar drunk and kind of be like, "How are you?"
Send some Jägermeister to the blonde.
No, you wouldn't. Seriously, what would you just make eye contact across the bar? That's your move.
I would send over I'd send over some schnapps, some peach schnapps, so it wouldn't be too expensive, and I'd say, tell her it's from the guy in the Aaron Rodgers jersey. Works every time.
No,
every time.
Seriously,
I did used to meet a lot of girls in pubs, but it was never like going out on the pole. It was just like you'd be drinking, and then just drinking leads to sex. That's just the way the world is, I think.
Jordan, actually, Colum and me met in Ireland. So we became friends in America, and we didn't. When we were friends in America, we didn't realize we were friends. Or sorry, we didn't realize we knew each other before. We had met.
Wait, really?
We'd met in a nightclub, and he had chatted up my cousin. And
Her
so
cousin's a sexy little thing.
Yeah, she's gorgeous. She is. Yeah, she is. No, but
I was like, oh, this is a Green Bay Packers jersey. They're an NFL team.
No, you didn't have that. No, and so shut up. So
did you have the cheese head on too when you were in the pub?
I had the cheese head on. That was it.
Finger, you're like,
like a
fucking
peacock.
right. This thing's going in.
I go. I've got another one at home that goes like this.
And if you like, another one with this.
The shock. Yeah, my phone finger was the shocker. Just like this.
For the listeners, he's doing. Well, I guess you said it. Shocker fingers.
The shocker fingers.
Everyone knows. Have you ever had that executed, Katie?
No.
Thought I'd throw it out there. Me neither.
Oh, good. Wait. So I was trying to tell a story about him chatting up my cousin, and you guys went all
right. Yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
Well, then she came over and she was like, "Oh, he's chatted me up in the bar before," and that was the end of the story. But so I actually have seen him in action. He was like, "I'm a comedian."
Yeah, but so me and Katie were like friends for like 6 months in New York, and then one day her cousin or something happened where I was like, "How do you know her?" And she's like, "That's my cousin." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I was chatting her up at a bar one night in New York, in Dublin," and Katie was like, "I was there," and it turns out we were all chatting and hanging out in the same little group years ago.
Wild.
Yeah.
Pretty much, right? Because people always ask us, "Did we know each other from home?" And we're like, "Here's the story."
If you and Katie ever hooked up, that would have been a way better story, dude.
Yeah. Well,
there you go.
Maybe you two are destined to be together.
Well, we'll just lie. On the next story.
The world would Ireland would just disappear.
Yeah.
So anyway.
All right. But people use Hinge nowadays, don't they? People all use Hinge. I never used I never used Hinge. Hinge was after my time.
Well,
I was off the market at that stage.
Hinge is nice because, I guess with Tinder and Bumble, you're just really going on their face because you're like slide. But Hinge, it's like face question, answer, which is kind of annoying. But actually, I noticed the guy that I've been talking to for 2 months, I swiped on him because of his answer. Which I probably he didn't even have his face as his first picture, but I was like, oh, that's a really funny answer. And it's kind of weird.
I can assure you he didn't look at your answers other than to say a clever line as his opening.
Yeah, but my answers are dumb. They were like really short because I hated that when I first joined it, but then I was like, later on I was like, oh, this is nice because some guys would write like 4 sentences and I'm like, ugh, I'm not swiping on him. So it was a nice way to kind of like, so actually now I like it. But yeah, he probably didn't read my answers, you're right, because they were just like, I picked the easiest questions, like what's your favorite food? Dumplings.
Yeah. I mean, for Tinder for men, you know how it always has the occupation? It's always like, what's the point of that? I mean, for the women, for the women's pictures. For the men's pictures, it shouldn't even have our picture. It should just be our occupation.
Just your tax returns.
Well, okay, because I dated a guy who said he was a maintenance engineer, but like a few months later I found out that's just like he just like is the head of like cleaning in a hotel. What's it called? Which is fine, but like what's the word for that?
He's a janitor.
Oh, a janitor.
A janitor?
Yeah, which is fine. He was like the manager of the janitors.
Sure.
But wouldn't you just say I'm a manager of janitors, not I'm a maintenance engineer?
I'm going to go with maintenance engineer. That's a clever move. That sounds so much better. That's a smart, savvy man. You can't put janitor on Tinder.
I didn't meet him on Tinder. I met him in real life.
Okay.
But still, that's what he said. When I was like, "Oh, what do you do?" He was like, "I'm a maintenance engineer."
It's like me. It's like I'm not on social welfare. I've got an artist's grant. So you gotta just razzle dazzle these people out there.
Of course, you gotta build it up.
Cozy penis.
It's quaint. It's quaint.
Oh,
quaint. Humble.
And homey. Humble.
Humble manhood.
That's nice. Okay, can I ask you guys about courting? So did you obviously if you were basically courting her for a few months. Did you do anything like romantic, or was it just like because you were already friends that'd be a bit awkward?
Oh, I would do I would do all sorts of stuff. I would do so many nice things.
Aww. Like what?
Like I would get up, like she lived, like I would get up really early and pick her up from her place, even though it was like probably added 35, 40 minutes to my life, and drive whenever she wanted to go to the gym because she had to, because she lived quite out of the way to get there. She would have to take public transport, and I have a car, so I'd be like, oh no, I'll just grab you, even though it would add 40 minutes all the way. So I would do that all the time. And then, I don't know, just all the regular stuff, like just buying food anytime or coffee all the time. The
That's
usual.
nice. Did you ever do anything really like? Did you ever buy flowers? I don't know why that embarrasses me a little, but I would love flowers. But I would also be like, oh my god.
Yeah, but you're not just buying flowers for someone who's like pretty much telling you, hey,
Yeah, I know.
I
right?
just want to be friends, and then you just show up with your flowers like some dork at the end of a fucking high school movie.
I know. I never bought her. I never
just
went for the flowers because it just felt like.
She goes, I'll take them. She goes, I'll take them.
That would pop the whole bubble because we were still in like that. Plug this in. Damn it.
And she's like, I'll take them, but I'm still not fucking you. And then they just go soft right there in your hand.
Well, honestly, like some other guys at the gym had a crush on her and just bought her flowers. And we were dating at this point. So that, like, she made fun of him for buying her flowers. And then also she had the flowers and they were like, because she wasn't into the guy, it was like, anytime she saw the flowers, it kind of annoyed her.
Yeah.
She was like, "Ugh, he got me those flowers, and I don't know what to do."
Yeah.
I'd hate that as well. If you went to the gym and then someone you didn't like bought you flowers, then you've got to like carry them home, and it's like because carrying flowers is a pain in the ass. Like they're just an awkward thing to carry. You can't like put them anywhere.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, as a woman as well, things like that happen all the time where guys will like give you favors, but then you're like, oh, I need to be like one time.
Now I gotta blow him. I know.
Well, you know,
yeah, but also
it's just like you're like, oh, they're probably doing this because they like me. So you have to make sure, like, you know, I've had guys help me move, but I've made sure, like, if it's not like a long-term friend, if it's just like I put up an Instagram status once being like, oh, I need somebody to help me move, like, and I'll pay. And this guy did help me move, but he didn't want to take any money, and like I insisted on it because I was like, I'm not having him do me a favor because then it's like, oh, now he'll have excuse to talk to me or.
I mean, what a life. What a fucking life.
I know.
I know that. I know you paid him, but I could post anything asking for any sort of help, and my own family won't respond.
Of course not. No.
Just so you're a pretty girl, you could just be like, hey, the worst thing about life, moving, I need help with that. Yeah. And then 20 guys are like, oh no, I got this. And then they're like, don't even worry about paying me. And you have to force money upon them. I agree with you, though. It is annoying. It is, and my girlfriend complained.
Oh, you said your girlfriend complained what?
Oh, no, she had the same thing where, like, she actually left a gym because some guy just kept hitting on her too much and wouldn't just let it go. And she was like, I don't want to go out with you. I can't tell you in any more ways I don't want to. And he would, like, buy her equipment or random things, and she's like, I don't want the jump rope, return it.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Terrifying. No,
yeah, it's terrifying.
And then you
there's
have
no
friends,
fear for.
Yeah, well, then you have guy friends who are friends for a while, and then when they make a move and you're like, oh no, I thought we were just friends, then you don't hear from them again, and it's like, ugh, that's hard too as well. It'd be just nice if they just were like okay with rejection and you could go back to being friends. Great.
I mean, yeah, you're right. That would be nice. It makes you wonder if the whole time they were just trying to weasel their way into a relationship. Sounds like I weaseled my way into a relationship when you put it like that.
You broke her. Finally, she was like,
no, dude. She's a fucking wild stallion, and I just kept whipping her. That's how I did it.
How are you over there, Colum?
All good, yeah. What's going on?
He just got glazed over for a moment. We were boring him.
I was just trying to join in, but it was like Jordan was on one, so I just said I'd sit back.
What about you?
I let him land the dismount.
When you started dating
and landed 3. I let him land at 3 rather than help him out there. Oh, don't worry about it.
when you were dating your girlfriend, did you shut up boys. This is like having 2 kids and having to be like when you were dating your girlfriend, did you court her? Did you like do anything? Or was it always like
I'm a feminist. I'm I like to. I'm about empowering women. Let them get the check and stuff. You know. I feel like men have been putting women down for too long. I let them, buy themselves flowers, put up their own shelves.
I think I saw Gertrude Stein was one who said that that's what you should do.
Yeah, that's one of the playbooks I go to all the time.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I courted her, in a way, but I was always dating my girl. Like I was always like, there was always a we are into each other vibe. Like Jordan was talking about buying his girl coffees back when they were friends. That would make me sick to my stomach, just buying coffees for someone and they're like, I'm not really sure if I like you. I was like, well then give me back my latte, okay? What are you doing here? These are not cheap.
Do you know that happened to me once? A guy I
Give me
met
back my latte.
You can't take it back, dude. She's sipping it. You just go, never mind.
Give me that. Spit it out.
I'll go too.
Spit it out.
See what you're missing? I had a guy do that before in real life. He we'd kissed sometimes, and then when we met in LA, he drove me around to see the place, and I bought him dinner then, and it was actually kind of a bit more expensive than I thought. And then we didn't meet up.
You bought him dinner, you said?
Yeah, and then he was too busy for us to meet up again, and I was like a little okay, well then just Venmo me back the money. I didn't say that, but I felt like, oh my god, I spent this money.
Oh, okay.
And I kind of wanted to have a fun hookup while I was in LA, and I usually don't do stuff like that, so I was kind of disappointed. I was like, why did I pay for that dinner then? But
yeah, you sound
okay,
like a man.
welcome to
awful.
our life.
It's awful. I should.
Are you nuts?
Every other man I've been with, I've always split the bill, and I've never let them pay for me. So
yeah,
unless they've really insisted and they've way more money, and it's like
that's so funny. It was
sure.
Yeah. The funny thing is, it was more expensive than I thought. Whereas like men are like, oh no, we know how much it comes
Dude,
to.
I've told Colum this. For my birthday. Like I pay for pretty much every date my girlfriend and I go on. Here's how it works: is I pay for now that we're together, I pay for the dinners when we go out to eat when you were allowed to go out to eat before quarantine, and then she would be like, oh, let me get the coffee or something. Like she'll pick up a $2 coffee, and then in her head she's like, oh, you paid for something, I paid for something. Now it's your turn again.
Yeah, she's like, let's get dessert. Yeah, let's pick up fucking insomnia cookies on the way home.
I'll get an insomnia cookie.
I'll get them on the way home. Yeah.
$1.75. But one time, my girlfriend took me out for my birthday. Obviously, on your own birthday, you shouldn't pay for your meal.
That's so funny.
We got to eat. It's not even an extravagant place. We don't do anything wild. I don't even drink, so it's not like we can't rack up $50 to $100 in margaritas or something. So the bill comes. The girlfriend, all we got was guacamole. Each got an entree, maybe another appetizer or something. Nothing that wild. And she goes, oh man, this costs way more than I thought it would. She says it audibly out loud to me. And as soon as she said it, in my head, I was like, that's every fucking time we go out to eat. I've never complained.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's so funny. Yeah, it's insane. I've never. And if you were as a man, if you were to get a bill for dinner and look at it and go, oh man, this is a lot. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck having a decent night.
No, I do that. I do that, even if it's not a lot. Just trying to fucking let them know.
Well, that's what you do now. I could probably get away with that now. Now that we're kind of we're several years down the line, I'd be like, whew, this is not good.
Yeah. It all depends because I remember my ex-boyfriend, he made way more money than me, so he was like, oh, I'll pick up the check at dinners, and I was like, yeah, that's okay. But then I did his taxes, and because he made more money and had an apartment and a car, and at the end when I did his and did mine, I actually walked away with more money, even though I earned a third of what he made, and I was like, shit, maybe I should be paying for these dinners.
Because he had a car.
What?
You're talking about the taxes of a car?
No, well, because he was paying. So he was paying for a couple of loans. He was paying for a mortgage on his apartment, and he was the car was a leased one over a few years. So by the time I did all his expenses and everything, actually at the end, because I make a quarter of what he makes, but I have no expensive. I just pay for an apartment and cheap health insurance or something. So I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. But also, why were you doing his taxes?
Because he's an idiot. He hadn't done his taxes in 3 years, so I was like, that gives me anxiety, and I was like, I'll just do it. Plus, I kind of enjoy doing stuff like that. I don't know, it's a fun little maths game like Sudoku or something.
You're the only person on earth who's taxes are kind of a fun little game.
So I guess I earned the dinner. I earned the dinners because I did his taxes. But then I broke up with him straight afterwards, and then he was texting me, calling me a bitch and stuff. And then a few weeks later, he was like, "Hey, about those taxes." But I was like, "You just have to figure it out on your own." That's what you get for calling me a bitch.
Oh, you should have sent them back to him, but wrong. So then he got like a big fucking.
Well, I
he got a
sent it
fine.
all away. All he had to do is just you had more questions about it, like stupid questions that he could just Google. You know, the guy's a fucking idiot. But also, I guess that argument is like some women, you know, spend a lot on like makeup and like wax themselves, and like so I guess the argument is that, see, I don't do any of those things. I don't wear makeup. I don't buy expensive clothes. I only buy lipstick and like I shave my legs. So, but like that's just like I would do that for myself. So I can't really make the argument that they should be paying like for a 3-course meal for me.
Look, if it came down to it, and I was like, if my girlfriend was like, you have 2 options here, okay? Option 1, I'll be all dolled up, but you have to pay for it. Or option 2, I'm just gonna wear sweatpants and we'll split it, or I'll pay for it. I'd be like, I'll take option 2. You can wear whatever the fuck you want.
I think you look better without makeup, baby. Yeah. I've always said that.
El natural. Also,
No. In fairness, though, with all these like, I'd gladly pay for. I'd pay for every meal if I could. I'd pay for everything. I'm happy to. I don't need money.
You threw in a very key phrase there.
If I could.
If I could. Yeah.
If I could. I too don't mind spending money if I have just a shit ton of money.
But I feel if I was dating a woman who was a multimillionaire, she'd still be hesitant to take the credit card out, and I'd be just sitting there going, babe, do you know how much this fucking Green Bay Packers jersey cost me? I got a budget.
I
don't Michelin star
so.
restaurant.
I think if she had loads of money, she'd be dressing you up. You'd be like a little toy boy. You wouldn't be wearing that fucking Green Bay Packer thing anyway.
There's a lot of yeah. We got the Chili's. My Green Bay Packers jersey. But
I like that you're sitting in like a 5-star restaurant. Everyone else is like wearing like nice fancy suits and cocktail dresses, and Collie's just there in sweatpants and a Packers jersey.
Yeah, sitting at the chef's table, going through a 12-course dining tasting menu.
Asking them, like, you just have your cell phone up, you're watching live Packers highlights during the dinner.
Yeah, just an old school press conference. But
well, before we go, because it's been I have to wrap it up soon. Would you have any tips? So you guys are both in long-term serious relationships. Would you have any tips for meeting people in real life other than just getting hammered at a bar and wearing down your friend?
I don't know. What?
Do you have any tips?
For what? Finding someone or being in a relationship?
Just meeting people in real life when the pandemic's over, like approaching people. I think people are scared, especially guys. Sometimes are scared now to approach people, so it's just easier to go online.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know, PC police have ruined courting.
No, you could just be okay with rejection and not be a creep. Creeps have ruined courting.
You can't court anymore.
Not
You cannot
PC
court.
PC, back to the PC police. What kind of openings are you using?
Woo! You can't court anymore. Can't even, dude. If I'm not hitting on my secretary, I don't need one.
Also, I don't have enough work to need one.
Yeah. Oh, the secretary for the artist grant.
That's what it is, dude.
That's just your point of contact with the government at the welfare.
My secretary has this.
That's just the point of contact there.
Also, I'd like to hear you try to be creepy to one of those Dole office girls. They'll fucking tear you a new one.
I would say just don't. Like, trying super hard, I think, is a mistake. I think go to places where you would naturally go so that you can find someone who has the same interests as you.
Oh, that's lovely.
Instead of trying to like force your way, or be like if you don't like yoga and you're a dude, don't go to yoga class on Saturday. It's weird.
I disagree with everything Jordan's saying. I'm saying do try, and I'm not even joking though. I say do try really hard. Put yourself in situations you won't normally be in, and meet new people. Go do yoga even if you don't like yoga, and go to a hockey game even though you don't like sports. I said go out there, meet people.
Wear a Packers jersey even if you're not from America and you've never been to Wisconsin.
Never been.
Actually,
no intention to go.
I like columns as well because, like, let's say if you don't ever...
He's saying broaden your horizons.
Yeah, like if you don't usually go to
hey,
like
I
events
said what I
like
said,
artists,
okay?
Like there's these like, you know, like weird art exhibitions in New York City. Like maybe go to one of those and you'll meet like a cool. And if you have different interests, you're gonna learn things. It's gonna be more interesting, you know. Obviously, common more.
No, I mean maybe, and or she's gonna make you be like, oh, I met you at an art thing. Now we're gonna go to art things, and now you're looking at stupid paintings of naked people, and you're like, this is a waste of my Thursday. And then you'll be together for 6 months, and then you'll feel like you're always at places you don't want to be, and you'll resent her, and you'll always feel like your time is being wasted when you'd rather just be at home
Has this
watching
happened to you?
Packers highlights, you know?
I
always feel like in previous relationships, sometimes I felt like I was at places I don't want to be, and I was forced to go there.
Is
And
that
I don't
that's,
feel
but that's
like that
natural though.
happens very
That's
often
like me. That's me every day of the week, even if I'm on my own. Even if I'm just on my own, I'm like, this is what's such a waste of my time.
I
This is
know,
really
right?
just
Sometimes you're like, oh, I should go to like, I'll be like, if I'm on holidays, and I'll feel guilty if I don't go to like the local art museum or something. I'm like, I should go.
on
And then I'm sitting there
vacation,
going,
you go. I'm like that. Yeah. Oh, great, another old building. Fuck me. More listening to some tour guide telling me facts I'm gonna forget. Yeah, great.
Yeah, and especially when you're like overworked and then you go on a holiday, even if it's like a nice place. Sometimes I just want to sit in the hotel and like watch a movie. But then if you're with someone, they're like, you can do that at home, and I'm like, no, I can't. I'm too busy at home. This is lovely.
That's so funny.
You fly all the way to Florence so you could watch Netflix. It's insane.
The amount
she watches The Parent Trap
and actually like just enjoyed being in the hotel more than being outside is ridiculous. I just love hotels.
But that's also probably because all the outside stuff, you did a ton of it. So then getting in the hotel feels really nice and relaxing.
That's so. Yeah, they go. Oh, Katie, how was your trip to Italy? Oh, I just sat in the room and did accounting for some boy.
I filed my boyfriend's taxes.
I just did some taxes for a guy that I like because I was.
He gave me his W-2s. 2016 to 2019 were good years.
That's an expense.
He's not doing well. He was such an idiot. I was like, whatever he was doing,
great.
he was trying to do it himself. And when I looked over, that's why I said, I was like, oh no, I'll do it, because I was like, okay, we'll do it together. And then I was like, I'll just do it, because he was filing in both New Jersey and in New York, so he was like spending loads of money when he didn't have to. And I was like, well, how is this even possible? This is like, you have lived in this country since you were 13.
Yeah.
He's
Sounds
also just like a person who never gets shit done. Like when he moved into the country, because you know the way in Ireland we do, and in Europe, he's from Europe, but we do like my birthday is 15/10. Okay, so here it's 10/15.
Yeah.
So he put in his birthday the way he would, and so they actually ended up making him 6 months older. So for his whole life, instead of getting a change, she's just been 6 months older. I was like, would you not just get a change? This happened when you were 13. And he was like, nah. Is that like a man thing though, that you're just like, I don't care, I'm just 6 months older now?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like he's gonna die 6 months earlier because
I would have done it.
But
I would have got it fixed like 6 months into like after I turned 21 legally to change it back. You want to get as old as you can early, and then later on you're like, all right, let's give me 6 free months, baby.
Yeah. Well, that was great.
This guy sounds like a real dope. That's hilarious. You just date a total dope. and was that the I've been embarrassed. I went on a date with one girl. Went on 3 dates with her before I realized how dumb she was. And I was embarrassed that it took me 3 dates to figure out how dumb she was. And I was like, how dumb am I that I took me 6 to 10 hours to find out this person's a moron.
I know, because someone was saying to me the day.
How long after that?
What?
How long after that did you stop dating her?
4 years.
No, it's a
rockin' body, dude. That grip.
Woo, it's addicting, dude. The grip.
Oh, that grip.
We're doing callbacks to our own podcast on your podcast.
I know, because you're
people on
talking
our
about the grip
podcast don't even
yesterday. They were talking about his girlfriend's grippy vagina.
Don't say it like that.
That's what it was.
She's gonna hate this.
I want to tell you though, because when you were like, oh, when did you realize he was dumb? Because when we were like sitting in his apartment, and not the taxes thing, so I was like, oh, some people just aren't mathsy, they just don't get it or whatever, and they hate that, and it's tedious.
Yeah.
But we were sitting in his apartment, and he was like, yeah, that space travel doesn't exist, like space exploration isn't real. And I just started laughing, and he was like, "Why are you laughing?" And I was like, "I thought it was a joke." And he was like, "I don't laugh in your beliefs." And I was like, "Yeah, because I believe in space." Freak.
This is awesome.
And then he started showing me documentaries from YouTube. So documentaries of like,
Sure.
you know, like showing the wires of people in space. And I was like, oh no, I got to get out of this.
It's just Thunderbirds. Like, and then, like,
I don't laugh at your beliefs.
he's like, you can see the strings. No man walked on moon. You can see the strings.
Yeah.
It's just like French.
He shows you an NSYNC video. It's Justin Timberlake in a cardboard box.
A French puppeteer. Just a French puppeteer going, oh, and he's like, see?
You can see the strings. What the fuck is this guy talking
I know.
about?
It's really hard because the
that was
conspiracy
it.
theorists can all come
The
out
whole
at once,
time.
you know? The next day we're like walking. He lived in Jersey, and we were like walking to the bus, and he looked over at New York, and he was like, look at all those sheep. And I was like,
sheep.
and I was like, I'm a sheep.
How
That's
did you
so
not? Did you just cringe when he said, "Look at all"? Pointed to New York and went, "Look at all those sheep." What a corny thing to say.
I know.
But I feel like I could date someone like that because it was sort of just, it would just be so refreshing to hear such weird shit come out of someone's face. You know what I mean? Because not like 99 times out of 100, you know what they're gonna say, and then they just open with, "Listen, did you ever zoom in on the fucking moon landing? Do you see the strings? Like the whole time, we've just been oblivious to these strings. That's the whole thing. It's like, look closer."
It is kind of a joy. It is really fun. To just be like, this
Okay.
is wild. Or it's just you're walking, you know, it's a nice sunrise or sunset. You're walking in Astoria Park or something, and then he just points at everyone in the park and goes, "Look at all these sheep."
Yeah, or points at the sun.
What?
Points at the sun. That's a hologram.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, yeah.
He had like, yeah, because one time when we were in some park, he was like pointing at people, and he was just like saying stuff like, oh, I don't know, it hurt my head. Like, you know, they don't even know what's really going on. And I was like, I don't know what's really going on.
You're like, what the fuck is going on? I have no idea. That's amazing. Yeah. I've never dated someone so stupid. This girl was just not smart, but she didn't have wild beliefs. And having wild beliefs is way more fun than being just not smart.
Yeah.
I once went on, I went on a date with one girl. I went on a date with a girl before, and she told me, she fucking told me, like, in the middle of the date, like, she goes, do you know the word gullible isn't in the dictionary? And I was like, what? And then I went, oh, that's funny. She's like, no, it's not. And I went, what do you mean? She's like, it's not in the dictionary. The word gullible just not in the dictionary. And I go, no, who told you this? And they're like, oh, a few weeks ago at a party, these guys told me. And I go, yeah, they were joking. They're like, it's a joke. The whole idea is that you're so gullible, you believe that the word gullible is not in the dictionary. And she's like this type of, she's like, oh, they're always playing pranks on me, these guys. And I was like, oh, you bless your little heart.
Oh, no.
Bless your little fucking
I love
heart.
that she didn't even go and check, like, privately. She
just like, no, yeah.
She didn't even Google search that insane idea on her own. She just assumed, oh, they told me it. Why would they tell me a lie?
Yeah, so it was just like pure naive. She didn't even think to, like, I'm just gonna ring up the Chambers dictionary now and tell them there's a word here you've missed.
That would be so funny.
Just ringing up Oxford Dictionary.
Merriam-Webster.
Hello, I've got a word for you. Put me through to the G's. Put me through to the G category. I gotta connect you to the G's, please. I couldn't believe it, and then she just like looking at me, and but then she kept that fact. Like, I'm not gonna fucking break some people's minds with this one. I'm gonna save it for a date.
It was probably in her notes what to talk of tonight. You know, she's like ready to go. She's probably waiting to drop that for ages.
It's amazing. It's too bad, yeah. When you date someone for a while, they never do anything like that anymore. You know.
No, cause you could. That's not long term. You can't unless that's our two bird brains together. There has to be two idiots like that just chirping against each other. Like she and fucking Mr. Moon Landing would be great together. Those two fucking dum dums, and then to create dum dum rich kids again.
Oh man,
I wouldn't even mind. She's one of like academically one of the smartest people I know. She went to the highest college in Ireland. She got some of the highest marks you could practically get in in your high school leaving cert. Like
Yeah.
but I think it was anything someone told her, she never forgot it, but she never questioned it. So she was able to just tell you every single thing about World War II
and not understand a thing about it.
No, she was like a parrot just repeating information.
Yeah, that's great.
That is great. Jesus. This was great.
All right.
I think we should end it.
That was
now.
good.
It's
I had
an
a lot
hour.
of fun. Listen, I hope I didn't
Will you
disrupt
plug
you
your
too much.
podcast? You never know.
Yeah, check out the Big Dogs podcast. Me and Jordan, we release it every Tuesday. It's available on all the places that you can get podcasts, and you watch the full video over on YouTube at Big Dogs.
And what's your
Absolutely.
own?
And go to Raybould Brothers on YouTube. I got a ton of sketches and a comedy special coming out called Freedom Boners. Go check that out, please.
And you can see his
Yeah,
penis in it if you zoom in. Is it really your penis?
If you go zoom in, you got to really zoom in for that small piece, though.
Oh, still. It's just like so.
I love it. You got right down to the pixels, and it's just like, doop. It's not even straight. It's like it crooked. Where it goes,
How did Lev even notice that? I would have never.
Obviously, because he zoomed in.
Why
Here's
did he
the
do
other
that?
thing. Lev didn't like any of my posts. So Lev's just looking at my shit and going, fuck this guy, and moving on with his life. That's it.
Oh no! I have to be
Classic
careful.
Lev, huh?
I've had people say that to me before. Oh yeah, I saw you did that thing the other day. That's great, man. I'm like, you
That was
didn't
really
like-
funny. That sketch you and
You-
Brett made was really funny. That's weird. You didn't throw a thumbs up or a comment on it. Huh.
Yeah.
In fairness, I do sometimes just forget to do that. Like genuinely just forget. I read things and go, oh yeah, and then I just scroll on. I
Yeah.
just forget. Anyway,
I like everything.
nice. Yeah,
Thank you.
You're the best, Katie.
you're the best, Katie. Thanks for having us.
No,
You
you're
are the
great.
best.
What's your Instagrams?
At Colum Tyrrell.
The Jordan Raybould.
Hey everybody, thanks for listening. You guys are the best. Please rate and review positively, and tell your friends, and just stay safe as well. And I'll talk to you guys all next week. Thank you.